Hello, welcome back to Road 3000. Let's go ahead and jump into a game. Whoops, that is a wrong time control. Let's go ahead and jump into a game. 10 minutes against a 2140, I mean. Alright. He's playing probably London, if I had to guess. He's playing, I think this is a Trampasky, but I'm not sure. Gonna go knight e4. And, okay. It's interesting to me that he just gives up the bishop there. I don't quite understand that. What if I play something like bishop g5? Sorry, bishop g4. Threatening to take. I guess I'll go here. Things like c5. Not as interested in that. Maybe just take the bishop pair. And make other decisions later. So I'm thinking just bishop f5. Maybe he just plays queen here. And things are going to be fine. Can't really get his queen here yet. I could always swing the queen over anyway. So I'm thinking bishop f5. If bishop f5, knight takes, king takes, queen here. I guess I just lose the piece back, right? So maybe that isn't a great move on my part. Can I go e5 here? Try and open up the position while I have the bishops. I think I'll try that. Alright, let's just take away a center pawn. Hopefully the position becomes more open, and then we can play slower with the bishops away from the action. Although he can maintain a balanced pawn structure, so maybe that's not great. But develop the bishop, castle, and we have quite a comfortable position. Where do I want to put this bishop? Here, knight here, knight here. Or do I go knight here first? I'm imagining I want to develop the bishop first. Might as well go to f5. If knight here or something. We have good ways to go. To hint at maybe going c5, but I don't think I'm going to go c5. I think I'm just going to try to add pressure to the king side. While also maintaining the bishop pair. If I go here, he has this, so let's not go there. Thinking about maybe just throwing a pawn down the board. Seeing how that does something. Maybe I should be improving my pieces more. My queen and knight are noticeably kind of stepping on each other. That seems like a weird move to me. Like knight here, you can take with, so it's not deflecting the queen quite yet. But something like bishop here seems quite awkward for him to deal with. This pin, just kind of like set it up for himself. So maybe the knight just goes back. Or, 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 or Should I continue a5, h4, I mean? Maybe. Maybe I'm like... Definitely don't want to take the knight. It's not quite pinned yet. Like rook here, knight here. Rook here, if he moves the bishop, we take the rook. So maybe that's interesting to explore. And he can't move here because it loses a pawn. Okay. Gonna double up. There's a lot of pressure on this piece. Knight. Seems like he has to lose a pawn if he wants to save it that way. This bishop is very uncomfortable pinned to that rook. Even threatening taking the knight now. He has to take with the pawn, which is probably not ideal. Probably not what he wanted out of the position. Oh, alright. If I take with a pawn, if I take with the bishop, he takes with the pawn. Queen check. Knight can't go here, so the king has to go here. I just don't see a whole lot after that. Maybe king here though, actually, now that I look at it. I'm not sure. I just feel like I should take. It just seems like a big weakness. Like check. I mean, this stuff doesn't work. His queen is tied to the defense of this knight, and his bishop's tied, being pinned to that rook. His pieces are definitely uncomfortable. But do we have anything that's super substantial here? I'm not sure. Let's see how I get my knight in. Maybe like knight here, knight here, knight here. So maybe I do want to move rook here first. So rook here. Queen cannot go here, right? Because I can go here. I guess he's going to play knight here. Let's just go here for now. And then blitz out these two moves. And threaten to come here with check once his king moves here. I thought that blundered a bishop. Like, why can't I just go here? Like, okay, he takes the pawn. Does, like, this seems like it just loses for him. So I'm sure it's winning. I take my time a little bit here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I can't just deflect the queen first. I think his idea was to take the knight after I take the bishop. Alright, and he resigned. So it was a pretty solid game. I feel like my opponent never really... I mean, I just got the bishop pair. I opened up the position a little bit. And then just try to develop my pieces sensibly. That seemed to work. Seemed to work a little bit. Let's see, what do I want to do? Analysis. Oh. Here we are. Game review. We're doing it. We are doing it. Yeah, we just had a slight advantage after he gave us the bishop pair, and then the whole game things were fine, and then he blundered. So, let's see where... I wish it would tell me what opening this is. I'm pretty sure, because the Trumpowski is like this right away, so this is just a version of the Trumpowski, I'm guessing. I don't know if it has a special name or not. But I played it like it was a Trumpowski. So... It does prefer bishop e6. I'm guessing I'm just less stable here. I'm not sure why. I just felt like bishop e6 was going to be blocking my rook in the future, and I felt like I could always go here. If I was getting kicked with the knight, for example, enough time to like come back. I find it very weird that it prefers bishop e6. Not sure why. Maybe I'll come back to that. Anyway. Alright. Doesn't like h5 that much. I mean, this is not saying any of these moves are bad, but it's not my best plans, I guess. I can see why h5, because it like, I'm just throwing a pawn in space, but maybe I should be focusing on finishing my development before launching an attack. And it really isn't that much of an attack. I mean, my bishops are kind of... I definitely have domination over this side of the board. And nothing's really... He's not really making any plays on this side of the board, so I basically have control over the initiative, which is probably why I'm slightly favored. But there's not really significant advantage. And this felt like the first kind of off move by him. I get that he wants to trade the bishop off, but to get rid of my bishop pair, and then it's less significant. But this move just screams out to me as being incredibly annoying to deal with for him. And as we saw, his coordination never really worked out. I'm seeing now that queen b3 double attacks both these pawns, which is why I'm guessing the computer is suggesting c6, although knight here defends that, but that's not really where the direction I wanted my knight to go. I wanted my knight to go and contribute to the attack. So maybe that was a chance for him to intercede. Okay, well, that's not even the move it wants. It wants just to kick my bishop. And as we saw, it was important to kick my bishop here because later on he was forced to take with the pawn, which is kind of what caused him to lose the game. But anyway, once we doubled up, I think the game definitely felt won. Because again, if he like tries to, you know, get out of the way in any form, like any knight move here, like this loses a pawn. You can even win the rook. And then obviously this blocks the queen even. So once we get our rooks doubled up here, we have like so much control over the side of the board that matters. We're definitely having an advantage. His last chance was to basically force us to retreat. And that seems like a solid move anyway. He's got enough minor pieces here. So as long as our rooks aren't contributing that much, should be fine. But anyway. Now he plays h3, but it's too late because I can just take, damage pawn structure. And he was looking at several things, but I decided to throw in this move first because I decided to reroute my knight this way. And if I move here, his king's forced to go to queen g8, so that the knight arrives on f4 with check. This is actually his best move, which is surprising, but his position's already completely lost. And then g6 is the best move. His queen's got nowhere to go. Can only take. That would have been a mistake, although it's still winning. Pretty much anything's winning here, and it wasn't a mistake. So my position's so good, I really can't mess it up at this point. But who knows? Anything's possible. His best chance would have been finding some sort of way to like trade off the queens. I don't know. It's just so awkward here because the only way you can free this bishop is by like literally getting both rooks like out protecting with like the king. Like, how do you even untangle this mess? I guess it's knight here. And then takes, and then takes. So, okay. It's very hard. His pieces are not coordinating very well. And this bishop is like holding everything together. Because behind it can't do anything, so. Alright, that was a game. Thank you all for watching. We're at 2218. Hopefully gonna get 2300. That's the goal. It's a modest goal. It's probably easier than 3000. Feels doable. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.